Hi there, this is Chandan from the Shakudo team. Today I'm going to show you how you can use Kestra and Shakudo to build your own data engineering pipeline. Let's take a simple use case where we want to extract data, transform it, and then query it. This flow is often referred to as ETL or extract, transform, and load. I'll start by logging in onto Shakudo platform. Then I go to Kestra, which is a component available on Shakudo. Once I'm in Kestra, I navigate to flows. And here I see the data engineering pipeline. This is a flow that I have already created for this purpose of demo. So I have the code over here. It's a fairly simple one which does this use case. Let's go through the code. The first task that is here is extract. This task downloads the JSON file from the URL that has been given. This is then passed on to the next task, transform, where we filter the data by removing a few columns which are not needed. The output of this task is then passed on is a JSON file with filter data, and this is then passed on to the next task of this flow, which is query. The purpose of this task is to summarize the data which comes from the previous step. Let's run this flow and see how it works. I click on execute. We start the JSON file. We start with the JSON file, which has a large volume data. Let me show you this file. This is the JSON file. If you look at the URL, it has a large volume of data. I come and when I click on execute, as the execution it confirms the columns to keep during transform, which is the second step. I click on it, and then it takes me to a nice view where I can track the progress that is here. The three tasks come one after another, and I'm able to see the progress. Once this is executed, I go to matrix outputs, and here I'm able to view the data, the results. So in extract, we started with this. This was the data that we started with. This was the JSON file. In the second step, output and product, this is the data that was after the second step, which has been filtered further. And in the third data, the final step, this is a summary that we have with us. So this is a simple example of how Kestra can be used on Shakudo to run a data engineering pipeline comprising of ETL flow.